This is literally my like 8th take on this little intro. Like, I don't know why I can't get it, but I can't figure out what to say. And all we're doing is talking about After Effects and a cool effect that I'm going to teach you guys today, Toolie Talk Tuesday. If this is your first time, appreciate you stopping by. Stick around. Really cool. We're going to attach some text, logos, images, videos to objects within your clips. After Effects can have this daunting image behind it, like, oh my gosh, there's so much. It's just so much knowledge. Welcome to After Effects. This is my project composition. We have our default. So we got a couple different versions going on here, and I just want to walk through one text and one, either you could do an image or a video, and I'll show you exactly how to set that up. So first, let's get into tracking text to certain objects within your video file. What I want to do is go up to my effects and presets, and I'm going to type in camera tracker, and I'm looking for this 3D camera tracker. I'm going to grab this, put it over my video clip. After Effects is going to analyze the clip, analyze the motion, and create tracking points to be able to attach the text to. So let it do its thing, and now we're here. Doesn't take too long, as you can see, but we have all these different tracking points on our screen. I can increase the size of these tracking points so I can see them a little better by sliding this track point size in the top left-hand corner up or down, as well as the target size. So if I want my target to be a little bit bigger when I get my target in there, that's a little too big. We're gonna drop that back down. Okay, so all I'm trying to do now is find a text layer that is going to essentially sit on these rocks. So this is pretty good right here. I like how it sits, it's flat. And we'll manipulate the orientation once we get it going. So I'm going to click here, and it creates this triangle pane. When I right click on here, I'm going to hit create text and camera. That's going to bring up my text. Now we have a text layer and a 3D camera tracker. From here, what I'm first going to do is to match the length of my clip. I'm going to click on my text layer. I'm going to hit Shift Command D, Drew Toolie. And I'm going to toggle down and get into my transform tools. We're going to bring the scale down to about 2000, probably even more than that, maybe right about there. And with my orientation, this is where I'm just going to start playing with how I want it to appear. So I want a little bit more flatter so I can see it. We're going to rotate this just a bit so it lines up with the rock formation. Can kind of swivel it back and forth. But that looks pretty good right there. So on our text layer, we have the Z-axis in blue, the X-axis in red, and the Y-axis in green. I'm going to bring out the Z to give it a little bit more depth. I'm going to bring it down on the Y-axis to kind of sink it into those rocks. And that looks pretty good right there. I mean, I could bring it out just a little bit more so then when we're flying in. So right here, it's going to do like an appear effect as we play through the clip. I like it. I think what I would do a little bit more is scale that down just a tad. And then I'll probably bring it a little bit this way on the X-axis. Give it a little bit more depth. Bring it back. See how we look now. Really cool effect. Now what I want to get into is attaching a video layer. Same idea, same concept. So we're going to find some tracking points. We're going to attach that layer, but it's a little different. So we're going to show you. All right, so let's jump back into our tutorial demo. And again, we're going to go up to our effects and presets, camera tracker. We're going to grab this 3D camera tracker again and drag it over our clip 7. It's going to analyze. And for this one, I want to do variable zoom on the shot type. So it's done doing its thing. What I'm going to do is skip ahead a few frames because as you can see, as I skip ahead, I'm gonna get a lot more tracking points. What I'm trying to find is a tracking point along this log. So now that we have our tracking points selected, we're gonna right click and create solid in camera as opposed to creating a text in camera. So here we have our track solid layer at the top, and we're going to again orient this how we want it. So we're going to hit on our transform scale. We'll scale it up a little bit, and then we're just going to transform it to kind of align with our tree trunk. So we're going to push it back just a tad, and that looks pretty good. So from here, what I want to do is right click on the track solid and hit pre-compose. And we're just going to call this video track layer. I'm going to trim both sides of this. So we're splitting the layer just to match up and line up with the length of the video clip. We're going to double click on here and go in and manipulate this so we can bring in our video clip to overlay. So here we can get rid of the track solid, and we're going to change our composition settings to 1920 by 1080. That is the size of my video clip that I'm bringing in. I'm going to go up to my project pane and bring in the intro to match. I'm going to slide this over to my playhead where I want it to start playing. So we'll just do right about there. I am going to turn the audio off on this because I don't want to hear any audio for this clip. Okay, now we're going to go back to the tutorial demo. I have a lot more manipulation to the clip that I need to do, but to get an idea, this is where we're at. So in order to do that, I'm going to again click on my video track layer, go to the transform tools, and I'm going to bring down the scale quite a bit. I am going to manipulate my orientation so it lines up a little bit more with that tree trunk. Slide this up on the y-axis, a little bit more on the x-axis, push it back on the z-axis, up, this way, back. And that's looking pretty good right there. This is the beginning of our clip, so we're gonna push into that. And we'll bring up the scale just a tad. So again, a lot of just trial and error, playing with the different settings. But this is looking pretty good. Now what I want, let's play this back and see where we're at. Okay, that looks pretty good. We're going to right click on this and we're gonna blend this in. Because I have a white background, we're gonna multiply it. So now it's just the black letters showing up. So let's see how that looks. Not too bad. And that's a real quick way to be able to track that text to a certain object. All right, guys, so that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you got something out of it. Just a cool effect to be able to bring in some text, bring in some video, attach it to different layers. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more videos like this, some fun tutorials, and we'll see you in the next one.